Bookkeeping and Beer. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Amber.
And this podcast, YouTube, is about accounting and what happens when you neglect your business's financial awareness. And what happens with that is it leads to stress, uncertainty, which a lot of business owners deal with. But we want to encourage you to prioritize that as a foundational aspect of your business. So it'll empower you to make the best decisions for your business. And there's a whole world of accounting and bookkeeping and looking at the different aspects and what that means for businesses, how you can apply that in your business. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the desktop version of QuickBooks Online. We exclusively use QuickBooks Online, but desktop version, which has been the original software for QuickBooks, is actually being phased out. And so there's a lot of talk on the town of what that means and how that works. But let's just start, Amber. Like, tell us why you would want somebody to pick online versus desktop.
Well, I first got certified in online. We were dating. That was 2015.
Yeah.
I know it was around, online came into existence even prior to that by 5 or 7 years. So it's been around, I want to say, since 2010, 2009. So it has come such a long way since then, and it really is outshining desktop at this point. So there are many, many reasons why we love QuickBooks Online. One thing to note is it is completely different than desktop. So I would say maybe 5% is the same terminology or the same concepts, but it really is a different software, different ball of wax altogether. So it's not, don't assume it's just like you're riding the same bike as desktop. It isn't really, really not.
Yeah. And I hear that often because I'm not in the technical side. I don't work in the books. I don't work in very often. I can work in QuickBooks Online. But it's often that we get people calling us or saying, hey, like, just hook it up, connect it up, and it's all the same. But
it's really
often it's not.
And we get the calls from frustrations of what do I do now? I've converted, it's a mess. And really, some things to know what doesn't convert well. And there are plenty of things that don't convert well, but there's just a handful that you should be aware of.
What do you mean by convert? Like, define what happened?
You're right. So converting, when we talk about converting, we mean converting your desktop file up to the cloud on online, QuickBooks Online. So they offer that option if you'd like to convert, or they offer just starting fresh online.
Okay, so when somebody takes and why would they want to go from their desktop file into online?
Online can be used all around the world. You don't need to be at a specific desk. You don't need to pay a server service to then let you remote in. No remoting in. Everyone logs in. There is online bill pay right there inside of QuickBooks Online. There is payments where your merchant payments, your customers can pay you right there inside of QuickBooks. And so there's a lot of online virtual features that are just wonderful that I 100% love.
Okay, so when somebody wants to, I guess my question is more of when somebody wants to convert, they want to go, hey, like, those features are great. I want to utilize those features and I want to convert. I have desktop right now and I want to take desktop and then I want to go into QBO, QuickBooks Online. Is there a good time to, like, we've been talking about this pretty consistently, and what the word on the street is, or kind of what the thinking is, hey, I'm going to take all my information from QuickBooks Desktop and I'm going to transition it to QuickBooks Online. Is that the best way to go about doing it, or is there a better way?
The best way, or the only way to do it that way, is your books have to be really, really spotlessly clean and desktop. So they say that if you're going to convert up to the cloud, up to the online platform, your desktop has to be perfectly reconciled, no mistakes, all the balance sheet accounts, meaning all your fixed assets and liabilities, which we're going to get to in the next podcast, all of that has to be reconciled up. Your AR has to be cleaned up. Your P&L needs to be perfect. So you don't want to fix things then online. You need to fix it in the desktop and load it into the cloud. Most people don't have fixed, accurate, 100% beautiful looking books. We don't see that often. Now, maybe you do, which congratulations if you do. But if you don't, they recommend just starting fresh in QuickBooks Online, or, like I said, fixing it first in desktop.
And I think what's common is people think they have something clean. Amber's definition of clean is like squeaky clean.
Sorry.
And so,
Penny every dollar, every account.
so basically the conclusion comes down to just finish off your year
Mm-hmm.
and then convert at the beginning of year, switch into QuickBooks Online, rebuild the whole system, which is a lot easier than going back and trying to fix all these things or redo your filings for tax from the previous year. Like the simplest way is start from scratch, January 1 or whenever the beginning. Is there a different beginning of the year that somebody would start, or is that
if you have a different
irrelevant?
fiscal year?
Yeah.
Not common, but if you have a different fiscal year.
So I don't want to be dogmatic and say that there's only one time that you have to do beginning of the year. So if your beginning of the year is a different part of the year, but generally January 1st, like get ready just to transition over. And
with us
and
getting
start. Well, you don't have to plug us, but we,
Well, anyone start early.
Yeah.
Don't just start January 1st and get ready for that busy season, because all of the accounting bookkeeping professionals are going to be busy January through May. So you don't want to surprise us all. Come to us now in the fall. This is the best time to start kind of easing your way into it, and then you're up and running by January 1st. So the other thing is a lot of things translate well and don't translate if you are going to upload on from the desktop. Some things that you can upload to online is your customer list. If you have a great customer list, you can export that and import that into online. If you've got a great vendor list, you can do that as well. There are specific chart of accounts that you have in desktop. If you love your chart of accounts or you have numbered chart of accounts, those can be uploaded into online. So it's not like you're starting 100% from scratch.
That's nice.
So they give you a little grace there with a few of the different things that can translate. And then there are several things that don't at all, like payroll doesn't at all. Jobs and projects in desktop do not translate at all into QuickBooks Online for jobs and projects if you're tracking costs by job. So that's another thing to be aware of. And then accounts receivable does not translate either. You're going to want to clean that up before you convert it or start fresh. Just what are the open invoices you need to get into QuickBooks Online to start the year right.
And so when it came out this year, the news was that QuickBooks Desktop was going to go away. That doesn't mean that everybody's software that they currently use is going to go away. From what I understand, what it means is they're just not developing any more new software. They're not selling any new versions.
Correct.
They're not investing in it. They're putting all their eggs in their one basket or two baskets. One, it's like, from what I understand, and still learning about what it is, the QuickBooks Online conference or the Intuit conference is coming up this November, and we're not going to be there, but we will learn after that probably more of the new product. There's an enterprise product for bigger, I think it's up to $3 million companies that they're going to make a more robust competitive program to NetSuite. But QuickBooks Online is the way of the future, essentially. So desktop will go away in the aspect that it'll probably just be phased out because of technology and growth. And I say this just so that people don't freak out, because if people love desktop, they're used to desktop, it's not the end of the world for you yet. It's coming.
Yeah, I would say the support is going to get less and less. You can't buy it brand new anymore. All of those things are coming. So look ahead, like you said, pick a date, a fiscal year date when you're going to start, and take the leap. I don't think you'll regret it. I've never heard people say that it's horrible, or I've never heard that it's impossible to learn. It's our wheelhouse. So we know what to do with it. If you have questions, feel free to reach out.
So now that we are done with that discussion, we go into the next portion of our show here, and that's the beer.
Yes.
And today,
I wanted to talk about in the beginning that
I forgot to mention that
accounting, bookkeeping, and beer. So which one are we taking?
I think I have to rewrite the intro, or maybe you should rewrite. No, you should just do the intro.
What do we got?
So today, and I believe these are both from Milwaukee. I will show them. Don't worry. Take a chill pill. Wait, we're not doing two?
The next episode you got to watch about fixed assets. We'll do another beer. It's coming up. Just watch the next one.
So this was entered when I was at the store. This one really interests me. I've never heard of it. It's 1840 Brewing Company. It's from Milwaukee.
West Coast Inspiration Rye
Pale Ale. What does that say?
Jerry Angel.
My Jerry Angel.
Okay. Anyways, we are currently west of Milwaukee, so he got a Milwaukee beer for us today.
So it's a West Coast inspired, which both of these are West Coast inspired. Like the next one, I guess I can't talk about it because we're going into the next beer after the next show. Oh, is that a Packer?
Oh, the Packers.
Yeah, they lost, but you know, we like the Packers here.
They gave the Vikings a good run for their money.
You know, the Vikings shouldn't have even had a run, but they're good this year. Ooh, that's got some smell. It's pungent. Whoa, that's danky. I don't know.
Yeah, it does smell like CBD.
Woo!
Do you all like beer that smells like that?
It's danky.
It's like a skunk in a bottle.
I don't know. I'm not so much on the danky. Woo, it's a strong.
It actually doesn't taste like
the flavor. I think would be different.
Is actually delicious. At least I think it's delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah. The smell, actually, the original first.
It's really dry.
Doesn't actually.
It's super dry.
Yeah.
It's very clean.
Yeah. Well, cheers to this episode.
Cheers.
If you enjoy.
Party, thank you.
We hope you love QuickBooks Online. We hope you convert one day. Look us up. We're happy to help. So.
We'll see you next time.